have a person in the midst of us who is a Miltonian, and a Miltonian who did the course like any one of us, but stood so committed right from the year 2001 in Bangalore. He stood so committed when Aparesh Acharya was conducting the session, and I was also there co-training with Aparesh Acharya in that batch. And I could distinctly remember his name, and Aparesh calling that name and said, "What is this man? This name is something different." And I distinctly remember the seat he was seated. He made himself very, very conspicuous with all his words and action. And after that 2001, he has been a regular in MILT. Not only has he been a regular in MILT, he has also taken up office bearership, be it as the president of the chapter, as a joint secretary, taking care of Snehalayas, and then he grew up. He became the chairperson of the All India MILT Charitable Trust. And very importantly, he's a man who's giving, giving, and giving. Because I told you in one of the session, you start off giving by 10% and keep 90%. But over a period of time, you must give 90% and keep only 10%. And the 10% that you're holding right now is many times larger than the 90% you held earlier. So I've seen this person spending a lot of time on Snehalaya, the home for economically deprived children. He spends a lot of time, he spends a lot of money. He's traveling from Bangalore to Kolkata in his own money, flying around, taking care of the MILT residential school there, and travels to chapters to ensure that the Snehalaya is being done. Because the backbone or the fulcrum of MILT is the social project. It's a leadership course, gets in people, but very importantly, the fulcrum is the social project. Aparesh always says, MILT will continue because the intent of MILT is good. So here we have in the midst of us, a person who is a businessman who deals with paper and boards for many years, very successful, happily married and blessed with children. Children means all ladies and gentlemen that they're all grown up, and he is in the esteemed position of a responsibility of being the executive director of MILT. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure and privilege to introduce to you the MILT Executive Director, Miltonian C. Graha Dorai. Can we give Graha Dorai, who is logged in from Bengaluru, a big applause? Yes, Dorai.
Thank you very much, Danny, for the lovely introduction. Congratulations, peak performers, and welcome to the MILT family. Special thanks or wonderful appreciation to Miltonian Magesh for taking this initiative of introducing MILT to United States of America. I was told the second batch happening for the US participants. Danny, how many minutes I have?
How many you want to tell me?
Based on that, no, culturals is there?
Yeah, there is a culturals after this. Yeah.
How many minutes? They may have 20 minutes.
For you?
No. They may have culturals
for
20
culturals minutes. Is 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes.
20. Okay, I'll try to finish in 10 minutes.
Okay, right.
Okay. I think Danny would have given a lot of inputs in the Peak Performer Workshop. And I think all the 6 of you, those who are living in US, you already know how to live life. Otherwise, you would not have gone from India to US. So you need not be taught how one should acquire economic prosperity in one's life. But this economic prosperity is the ultimate in life. And since, again, all of you have the roots of India, you will be balancing your economic life, what you are pursuing in America, along with the spiritual or religious or our cultural roots, what you have carried from India. You would not have deviated from that roots, what India has offered to you. MILT is nothing short of Swami Vivekananda, who traveled from East and who interacted with the Western people, was talking about economic prosperity on the foundation of spiritual values. Or Swami Chinmayananda, some of you would have been connected, who is on the similar lines, who is called second Vivekananda of India. So MILT, in a nutshell, is the essence what we get from our scriptures. How to live a fulfilling human life without any compromise, without any guilt. How we can totally actualize our human potential. How to regulate our life. And what is beyond our economic enrichment. I recall one of the theme card of our dear mentor, Aparesh Acharya, who coined that for one of the MILT National Convention which happened in the year 2014. The convention theme was enrich to enrich. Small enrichment speaks about the worldly enrichment. And the bigger enrich is claiming your true inner strength or your internal enrichment. As you are aware, enrichment in the materialistic or economic prosperity, MILT, by this time you would have understood, MILT gives a lot of guidelines how to acquire this outwardly or worldly enrichment. Our worldly enrichment should be obtained without compromising our honesty. We should maintain harmonious relationship with people around us. And it should be in the realm of ethics and many value-driven principles. It is not that just for the sake of acquiring economic abundance, we deroot from our fundamental values. We should not compromise and we should claim our enrichment in this materialistic world. And as Danny said, and you would have learned from multiple sessions, our mentor Aparesh Acharya is a standing example how to enjoy this world. Unlike other religious or spiritual platforms, MILT preaches that not only enriching our life, we would enjoy our life like a connoisseur. Whatever our taste in our life should be the best taste, best quality. We should look forward in each and every small activity what we pursue in our life. We must live our life king size, but without any guilt. That's very important quality. So you have enriched yourself, you are economically abundant, you are enjoying this world to the hilt. Then comes your further evolution. Our mentor Aparesh Acharya very popularly says, after meeting your basic needs, the highest need for a human being is self-actualization. That means your inner expression of your personality in the outside world. For that, after enjoying the world to the hilt, you should develop the attitude of detaching yourself from the world. Detachment does not mean that we'll become indifferent to the world or we'll be enjoying lesser in this world. In fact, when you develop the taste of detachment, when you develop the attitude of detachment, your quality of your conducting your day-to-day life will get still ripened, will still become mature. It's a renunciation, but getting more participation in human life. Your sensitivity will, your consciousness will start getting expanding from your limited self to people around you. You start connecting with the larger communities. That is the detachment from your selfishness. Then when this attitude of detachment gets ripened, you start giving back to the society. You will recall what Danny spoke to you about, the principle of contribution. Even when you contribute 10%, 20%, 30%, you touch 90%. With a residual money, you'll be enjoying your life to the hilt. But what is not required by you will flow back to the society as sacrifice. It's not only material, it will be your helping others emotionally, helping others intellectually, knowledge transfer, spending time with people around, community service. Slowly, your thought structure grows from, in scriptures, what they say, rajasic, selfish oriented to selfless oriented thought structure. Now the world will come bigger for you than your individual self. When you become a man of sacrifice, you started expanding internally. All along, you thought you were conscious only about your life. Now, gradually, you start becoming conscious about the world around you. Maybe a city, maybe a state, maybe a country. A day will come, your consciousness will expand to the global level. That means now you are a man of internal enrichment. You are a value-driven person. You start living a purpose-oriented life. Your life is not a small self-centric life. From simple worldly enrichment, we must enjoy the world to the hilt. We must develop the attitude of detachment. We must start giving back to the society. In the process, our human life should get ripened, and we must become from a selfish person to a totally selfless person. From just a simple goal-oriented life, we must truly live a purpose-oriented life. And Mentor Apresh has coined a very, very apt mission statement: let this world be a little better because I came here. That means you are coming here to this planet to make this planet a still better, a beautiful planet. And that should be your mission of your life. And as a Miltonian, when you absorb all the principles given to you and start living your life every day as per MILT principles, you no more live a life of a statistical number. You are not a history reader. You become a history maker. That's a strong conviction our mentor Apresh has got on every single human being. God has sent every one of us with equal potential. It's up to us to choose and live a worthy human life by actualizing our total potential. As Danny said, be and get connected with us. We look forward to you in Break Free 23 convention in Calcutta. Just getting the graduation certificate of Peak Performance Workshop is only the passport to live a fulfilling human life. Be intelligent, get connected, be a Miltonian every day, and make your life beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Durai. Let's give a big applause to Durai. Well, Durai is the executive director of the MILT Training Foundation. He's taken a great responsibility. What Apresh did single-handedly for 40 years, Durai has taken upon himself because there are Snehalayas being run, children are there, and we need to fund them, we need to support them. And Durai has taken up this noble, a big responsibility, and he needs the support of each one of us, because remember, it's not a shop to close down if you don't have money and open if you have money. There are people in. So they are coming, we are taking them, and we need to provide them with food, emotional support, and everything. The Snehalayas in the chapters and the MILT residential school, and some of the students have passed out because 1988 onwards, the Snehalaya is on. So now many of the students who join, we take only from 5 years up onwards, and many of them are even 30 plus. Now, these guys are all leaders in the chosen field of activity. They're all physically fit. Everybody comes out of that MILT residential school as a marathon runner. And very importantly, they are all taught in a very principle-centered manner. One of the credo of MILT residential school is, I will die, but will never lie. That's the power of it. Thank you, Durai, for highlighting the point. We need to be passionate about our living. Aparesh always says, live life to the hilt without any guilt. We need to live a great life, a fully consummated life. But at the end of it, we also need to have the society in mind, the wellness of people in mind. Because when people around us are suffering and we alone living a great life is doing injustice. So let's keep those things in mind and put our best foot forward and be leaders in the best possible manner. I'd like to call upon this person who has been a great support and who has been a friend of mine from 1992. And from that time onwards to this time, he's made a big difference. And now getting it, because I know him when he was without a job, how miserable he was, when he was without a wife, how miserable he was. And now with a wife, how happy he is, all that I know. And he went for pasture to the Middle East, to the Far East, and then everywhere. He had MILT in mind. That is what has kept him going. And then he went into the US, and not only has he grown well, but he's also taking care of people. Now he brought in people to the course, but he always mentored them. He followed up with them, ensured that they were putting on the videos and doing their practices. He called them to the online thing, Zoom line, to practice pegging. So he never got people just in, but he took care of people. And that's a very important side. He always says, I'm there, please come. How many people in US can say that here? In US, either you're enjoying life or you're working hard. But how many of them live for others? And this man is one of them. So to give his observation, may I call upon the coordinator of MILT USA, and very shortly, probably that I will name him as the president of USA going forward after some time. So let's welcome Miltonian Mahesh Kumar. Mahesh.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. I think I'm right. Yeah, it's an impromptu speech. Hope it's fine. I'll take 2 minutes. And yeah, actually, although this is the second batch in MILT, but to me, this is more like the first effective batch, because the first batch was more a multinational batch with a couple of participants from US, from Middle East, and from India. But this batch was more a US batch with only one participant from India. Of course, one more participant from US couldn't complete it because of personal family issues, and she said that she will do it after she's back from India. In fact, I don't know about you participants. Today I got up at 4:30. I don't know why. Maybe I was very excited about this graduation. And yeah, I look forward to some more people, some of my friends who could have joined, but I'm happy with whoever has joined in this. MILT has been a long journey, and of course, life is always not a rosy path. I went through my own challenges. After doing MILT 1992, I traveled quite a lot. Like I went to Middle East, I lived in Indonesia. And then before coming to US, I thought, okay, I'll settle down in India itself. And I went back in 2004, and I couldn't settle down there. I couldn't merge with the work culture there. So I joined Wipro, and then within a week's time, I quit Wipro because I felt that I don't fit in there. And then I went into a shell. That was my first big experience with a downward slope in my life. I was, totally shut off from the outside world, not sleeping for 2-3 weeks. Then, of course, MILT came to my rescue, not through the principles, but by Miltonian Bharani, who is in Singapore. He came and helped me out. In fact, recently he came to US in January, and I asked him, Bharani, you took me to a place. He was working in Bangalore. So he asked me to come and stay with him. I asked him, how long did I stay with you? A week? He said, you stayed with me for a month. On top of that, I tortured his roommate also. The dosa is not good. It is black. and things like that. Whenever Bharani used to come back on the weekends to Chennai, his family was in Chennai. So that slowly, I literally stayed away from my family, and no one in my family knew about it except my wife. And she kept it to herself. She was also a strong support during this time, during these times of downturns in my life. That was 4 months. I thought, okay, that is good enough, and I won't have any more of that. And after that, again, whenever I go down, I come back, I race much faster. Like I achieve much more. So then I came to US. US was all rosy, like things were going good. I was in consulting, met a lot of people like Vijay Natarajan, Sandeep, Palniappan, had some great friends, and things were going good till 2018. Then again, I went into a downward path. This time it was not 4 months, it was almost 4 years. And it was very tough times. And after two years in that downward slope, I was wondering, how can a person who has done MILT, a person who has been trained by Apresh, can end up as a failure? I couldn't accept that. Then I asked Nirja, okay, go and search those MILT cards, because I never throw those cards. So I asked her, go and search those MILT cards and give it to me. Then she gave those cards, and I started reading those cards, because in between, first year we read it and it is kind of internalized, but over a period of time it goes off. Then I started reading those cards, especially the card 4 ways to analyze worry, and another one, 12 ways to make mainly on the worry one. So I was worrying a lot. Basically, I was overthinking. So I read these cards and started writing down, like, what was the issues, what are the problem, what are the causes of the problem, and what are the possible solutions. I started writing it down and started working on it. And it took a year's time to set things right in wherever I was working in my current company. Then the same job, which was a source of frustration for me, now is very comfortable, because I made sure all those loopholes have been fixed and everything is good. So twice I've been saved by MILT. One was 4 months, and this was 4 years. Hope it stops with that. And I thought, okay, once Danny said he's doing it online, then I thought, why not do it in MILT? And it was just a thought. And I checked with a couple of people. They were saying, no, nobody will do it over here. But I still went ahead. I'm happy that I went ahead with that, because I'm proud to see so many of you, 6 of you did the course here. And I'm sure I could see a lot of transformation in you in this 3 weeks itself. And it's a journey. It's just the beginning of a journey. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more changes in your life. Thank you. Thanks, Danny.
Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you for taking US. Okay. Because I think it gave me a lot of purpose. Okay, because when I've been conducting program, I never thought I'll be conducting in Middle East, and I didn't be conducting in US. So we say God's ways are mysterious, isn't it? So I just surrendered. I just worked on myself, and today you introduced me to a set of wonderful friends. Should I name them? All the 6 of them. Yeah, wonderful friends. I'm a very rich guy, friends. I'm a very rich guy. You know why? Because I've got rich friends here. If Uma Patel gives you 10% of her wealth, I'm a rich guy. If Mahesh gives, if Kanchana gives, all these people give, I'm a very, very rich guy. So therefore, I always consider myself to be a very rich guy. Okay, so Mahesh, thanks for all the support. Thanks for taking MILT across. And may God give you that divine energy, to have that energy to reach out, convince people, and get people on board, because our time on this planet is very, very limited. In this limited time, how much do we contribute is what is very significant. So therefore, we are all in the last lap, I'm supposed. Okay, at least I'm in the last lap. If I'm not, I don't know how much a lap is, but I want to really maximize it, and let's take it forward.
So I call it the third and the final innings for me.
Okay. And now, to give the word of thanks, my dear friends, I've got a person over here. After the word of thanks, we'll have a cultural for 20 minutes or so. So kindly stay on. Let's have some great time with people. And now, to give the word of thanks, I've got a person who has not been on screen for a long time for this batch, but he's always been a support for me technically and many ways. Let's welcome this MILT Peak Performer, the support of Peak Performing Workshop, PPW. Let's welcome MILT Peak Performer, Noel Jacob.
First of all, I'd like to thank all the participants for registering and doing this program wholeheartedly. I would like to thank MILT Executive Director Gragadorai for gracing this occasion and giving some updates on Snalia. I'd like to thank the coordinator of MILT USA, Miltonian Mahesh Kumar, for giving participants and making each and every batch going. I would like to thank offline trainer Sujata for training the participants offline, and Mohan for the technical support, and also my dad for training the participants and empowering them. And last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants, all the Miltonians and guests for being present in this session and encouraging the participants as they enter into the MILT fraternity. Thank you, everyone.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Thank you, Noel, for your word of thanks. We have got Lokesh over here, and Lokesh is the person who has been through Snehalia. Okay. I'd like him to share, or take a minute or so to share about his experience in MILT and MILT Residential School, because he's a guy who grew up in MILT. Yes, Lokesh.
Okay, hello everyone. I've been part of I was sent to MRS at Simutala. I completed my 7 years there, and currently I'm standing on my own legs, and I can rightly say MILT gave me the foundation to grow my life. This major change that happened in 2005 has made me a kind of person who is independent, can support his family, and has clarity of thought as to what he has to do in his life. Now, even I have completed MILT course under Danny. I was from the 18th batch PPW, and now having constantly involving in all the growth club activities, I regularly attend MILT alumni. I regularly participate in all the talks, competitions, so that I can maximize myself and grow as a person. As it is, as Aprash uncle used to always say, we should never try to be a pond, water in a pond. We should always be like a river which keeps flowing. So MILT has given so much and has had a very big impact in my life. And now what the motto of MILT, which says, let this world be a little better, has become my motto of life too. Thank you so much.
Right. So he's Lokesh, a guy who studied from 5th standard and brought up in MILT Residential School. And there are stories of these Snehalia children really doing well in life. And MILT is certainly a great platform for us to grow as an individual and also as a leader to contribute. So therefore, let's stay connected and let the enthusiasm and the bonhomie and the camaraderie that we developed in these 2.5 weeks continue till we breathe our last. Okay. So all the best to you all. Take care. May God bless us all. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
efforts on training us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep, and thank you, Meera. Vijay, thanks for coming. Look forward to you on board. Okay. Right, Neeraj.
Thanks for joining. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Neeraj.
you, Danny.
you.
Thank you, Magesh.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Danny, Mukesh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magesh. Bye.
Yeah, bye. We'll close the call. Okay. Bye. We'll keep in touch. Bye.